You are live.
Okay, so we're Facebook Live on this?
Yep.
Also?
We are. So,
Okay.
good night, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
That's how the whole,
Nice. See you tomorrow. Break.
that's how the whole day.
Yeah. We're gonna
I meant
cancel
to
it,
say
Go
good evening, everybody. Welcome to Warrior Spotlight. Oh, it
Where's the
is.
story? Go on. I want to hear.
Now, where the stories are real, the emotions are raw, and the hearts are courageous.
Yeah. I like that.
Oh, my co-host Billy, my husband.
Which camera? There we go. Over there. Camera
Yep.
A. Mhm.
And then we have Dan
Pellizzari.
Pellizzari, who is going to be our guest. We had another guest that was going to be scheduled a little bit earlier, but we're working through some technical stuff. So
Now they're stuck with me.
now they're stuck. Now we're stuck with Dan. We're
Is it
super
Dan
excited.
plan? Yeah.
So we'll give like 3 minutes to talk about the craziness that's happening right now. Because this is why my brain is not firing right now. I'm mentally exhausted, like the entire world, right? The entire world.
Oh, I'm fried from it. I can't even look at it anymore.
It's insane. So probably the best thing that I seen today was a picture of the United States, and there was a bunch of scribbles all over.
Right. Yeah.
I saw that one too, and I was like, yeah, that about covers it.
That had to be my favorite one today. I'm just like, are we not working?
No, we are. I'm just turning the gain down.
Andy wanted to get his little toes
Yeah.
on
Look
you.
at that. There you go. Booyah.
He's like Dr. Seuss color.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. Oh, the other brothers, don't you cry.
Oh, okay,
Sorry.
and my husband sings.
Can't help it. I'm trying to just get through it myself.
I actually, as soon as he said that, I was going to start twerking.
ya?
but- I almost couldn't help myself.
Really? You any good?
I actually told myself, don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it. He's holding himself back.
Oh, I like it.
Okay, so viewers, just roll with us tonight, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Dan, let's start a little bit about Dan, who you are.
Oh, my goodness. I guess it depends on which personality you get.
No, just pick 1, 7, I don't care. Pick one tonight.
No. So, a little bit about me. I'm a Leo. I like Moonlight Walks by. And chocolate.
And you can twerk.
Oh, this is great.
So,
And of course, 80s hip hop. So
did you serve?
I did. I was in the
Thank you
military.
for your service.
Thank you. I was in the Army for 4 years. Stationed in Fort Richardson, and also Fort Hood.
Wow, sweet.
Yeah. Both very different places.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. When I was at Fort Richardson, I thought, man, this Army is great. I'm going to be in the Army forever. I got to Fort Hood. I was there about a week. I said, I am ready to get out.
Why?
It is so many crazy things that have happened in Fort Hood.
Yeah. Fort Hood was a different, completely different dynamic, and just a different mentality altogether. And it was a very just it did not leave me personally wanting to continue my career.
Sounds like it,
and
yeah.
and I was like, wow. But I had always wanted to have my career in law enforcement. I wanted to be a police officer. Growing up, I grew up in the inner city of Chicago.
So did she. Right?
I knew I would shoot somebody.
I grew up in the inner city of Chicago. When I got older, my parents moved me into the suburbs, which was a wonderful thing. I was very young. Well, I was actually about 5 or 6 years old. First time I was ever told I was in a gang. I was told, and then my mom, when I explained that to my mom, she had a very unique and interesting method of explaining to me that I was not in a gang.
Do you have siblings?
I do. There's a total of 5 of us. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then, but I have amazing siblings. I have a sister sister that's a nurse, another one that's a civil engineer. My brother was an architect, and now he's going into. I think he's going to do music. He's going to become a music producer. He was an architect for a while. Decided that his passion was in was in music, so that's where he's changing his career to. So
Good for him.
more power to him. And then I have another sister who is an environmental engineer. So
Oh, wow, they all sound like they're in
Wow,
that
that
type
is
of
amazing.
trade, right?
yeah, so engineering and architecture,
Sounds like
that's,
it, yeah.
that's the family business. I went another way.
Sure. So, when you were in Alaska, I'm sorry, when you were in Alaska, you went there first, and how long were you up there?
I was up there for 3 years.
So, up there, I mean, Jamie has been there on a couple deployments, or one, right? And then, just how beautiful it is.
Oh.
I mean, the pictures are just as good as we've
It's
seen on TV.
absolutely breathtaking,
It is.
stunning.
It is.
There is.
Pictures don't do it justice.
Oh no, they don't. They don't.
No, they
absolutely
don't. So then, what did you do up there? What was your job?
I was an MP. I was an MP.
Okay,
I
so
was,
you were in them. So then, when you, and I'm just trying to speed through it to catch up. When you went to Fort Hood, were you under the same job?
I was still an MP, but I was a different type of MP. At Fort Richardson, I was a garrison MP, and then I was also garrison means you're actually a police officer.
Oh, okay.
You responded,
In the private sector?
No,
And then
on
on
the
base.
military installation.
Okay.
So on the installation, if people call 911 or whatever it is, the military police are the ones who
Okay.
respond on base,
Okay.
on the post itself. So, and then we also had SRT, which was the equivalent to SWAT, things like that.
Right on.
And I did that, and then once I left there, I ended up going to Fort Hood, and that was a different type of environment where they're field MPs, where they typically work in the field MP environment. Traffic control points, route security. Prisoners of war, enemy prisoner, work in a jail confinement type environment.
Oh, okay.
So, in a field or a wartime environment, the field MPs have a much different job, and then they work in teams of 4. So they work in teams of 4, and they have the Humvees, and they're able to do LPOP setups and security for them, and so they can do all that kind of stuff. They're pretty, actually, it's a very unique environment because they're actually tasked to do a lot of different things, and they have the capability to do them because they move in a small 4-man team, and they have the Humvees to be able to, move things
Right.
back and forth. And they're actually pretty, they can be pretty heavily armed. I mean, with the Humvee,
Humvee,
at least
sure.
back when I was in, I know vehicles have changed since I got out, but I mean, back then, you could put a 60, a 50 cal on a Humvee and, go to work. We used to throw a Mark 19 up there. So,
Wow.
so yeah.
All on base. But that's more so when you're in a war type of
Right.
scenario.
So at Fort Hood, training for that type of environment is much easier because of the size of Fort Hood and the amount of
Where's Fort Hood at?
it's in Central Texas.
Texas.
It's-
Okay.
Yeah.
Summer wasn't it? Summer was in
Fort Rucker.
Rucker, Alabama. That was a big base. So was that other, a couple of, or Knox. Knox was
Yeah.
a big one.
Okay. See, now Fort Hood has 40,000 military personnel, and then that's what they house, and then they have all the so they have 4th ID, 1st Cav, and 3 Corps, and then they have all the support elements
Wow.
as well.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
Fort Knox was 120,000 acres.
Okay.
I remember.
Yeah. See, I
Fort
don't,
Knox, where the gold was supposed to be, right?
yeah. See, no, I don't know what size
It's
Fort
just
Hood
me.
was, but
Yeah, they're big.
yeah. Oh,
Well, I'm sorry. So, how long you been out?
I've been out for a while. I got out in '98.
98. Wow.
Did that, and then I went to be I was a police officer for 4 years in Texas. I stayed there for a while, and then after in about 2002, I left there to go to work for Homeland Security. So I've been doing that now for 18 years.
So you're still employed as a Homeland
Yeah.
Security? Oh wow. What got you here to Toledo?
My office is in Detroit.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh. What? What I missed?
Nothing.
Oh.
Homeland Security, Detroit,
I know I'm the.
election. I mean, come on now.
I know I'm your.
And he smiled.
I know I'm your sidekick and I'm your co-host, but
No, ask away, yeah.
I was just trying to not to pry or anything, but I mean, because Alaska, first thing I thought is because how beautiful it was. So you go from Alaska, and I didn't know it was in Texas, but to there, that's like a shock.
It was a culture shock completely.
Is that's what I thought?
absolutely.
What made you maybe not
So
want?
have you, I can't remember the name of the girl that went missing earlier this year, right?
Oh my
The
goodness.
soldier that went missing.
Yes.
So, have you heard of any of that happening with Fort Hood? Okay, so they
There's
had
been
two,
Yeah.
quite a lot of stuff.
Sure.
That's happened there.
yeah. Fort Hood has a very bad reputation.
So you should have stayed.
know.
No, you could have helped clean it up. So you were Homeland Security,
Right.
and you're in Detroit,
Right.
and so you. Well, that's cool. You enjoy that, then?
Yeah, I do.
Carry a gun.
I do.
Good. Patrolling the border.
He's like 4 of them.
Oh, I know he's got. I can see he's got some pretty guns himself. Yeah.
You know, when I remember when
Not
I
a pistol.
left the PD, one of the guys said, "Oh, you're gonna go to Detroit. They're probably gonna give you 2 guns."
Right. Oh, I got you. Right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I enjoy it. However, I'm not going to hesitate the first time I can pull my pin and say I'm going to retire. If I'm ready to go, I'm going to be ready to go.
Right.
And I can actually do that in just under 4 years.
Oh, that's
wow.
cool.
So
Yeah, I
I'll
got you.
put
So
you
you're
on
ready.
back and down
When he
there.
said, when he said pull a pin, I know pull a pin is because we do that at the end of the day. Let's
Right.
pull a pin. But I thought you was going to say about when he pulled his gun up there. Or something. Don't wait. If we're pulling it, you're using it, right? That's what I've been told. I don't mess around with guns, but too much. But
yeah, see,
you
and
pull
that-
it, use it.
Well,
Don't wait.
well, I'll tell you what. Obviously, and not to get into too
Yeah, I know.
too much
we already
stuff,
know.
but,
We see what's going on.
you don't want to. There's always if there's an opportunity to de-escalate a situation, you certainly want to take that.
That's crazy though. What that puts you under that. Yeah.
And it does. I mean, I don't think that a lot of people realize the amount of things that they're asking today's law enforcement
Right.
to do. It comes down to, we've always asked people to do more with less,
Yeah.
less resources, less
Absolutely.
money, and we expect our first responders, whether it be firefighters, whether it be police officers, nurses, paramedics, EMTs, we're asking them constantly, do this one more thing, and adding one more responsibility onto
Yeah.
their plate, and then we say, we're going to train you to the best of our ability, but that's all right. We know that you've been working 60 hours this week. We just need you to take this 16-hour class, and so that you can be trained. And I can remember, you as a young officer, you want to take the opportunity to go to those schools. So, okay, if I just sleep 2 hours here, and then I go to this class, and when they break for lunch, if I take a 45-minute nap, and then I'll finish
Oh, wow,
afterward,
right,
and
yeah.
then I got 3 hours before I got to be on shift, so I'll sleep for 2 hours, and then I'll take a quick shower, and I'll go. Okay, let's be honest. I mean,
Yeah.
how much are you retaining from the class? How effective are you going to be when you go to work?
Right.
But the thing is, you want the opportunity, because at the end of the day, I truly believe, and I think every first responder out there, they're doing it because they want to help people.
Right.
So they go after the other schools. They go without the sleep. They go without decent meals because they want to help people, and they know that they need these
Tell them right there in that camera. I don't think they don't get that.
Yeah, because they
don't.
want to help people. They know they need these certifications, so they go out and they go without sleep. They go without eating. They miss their families. They miss
yeah.
birthdays, anniversaries. They miss everything. And then at the end of the day, when something bad happens,
They're right.
they're put under a
Yeah.
microscope.
And that's just stacking so much on a person, the stress and all of that. Just everything that you just described is just a lot to ask of a human being, and then put into that environment where you are a life or death.
Right.
Yours or somebody else's. After all that you just explained, and now you're going to do your beat or whatever it is at whatever first responders, or even climbing a ladder to fight a fire.
Exactly.
After all that, they're not. I'm not going to say they're not 100%, but that's a lot to ask.
And you don't know. When I was on SWAT, we would say it doesn't matter what you have going on outside.
Right.
For example, if the three of us were part of a SWAT team and you guys had an argument about
Right.
something, that argument now has no. We, 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 That argument is no longer part of the equation. We have a job to do.
Right.
So that arguments, and maybe we went out to lunch and you stiffed me on the check.
Right.
Well, that doesn't matter. That's out the window
Yeah.
because we
Check
have
it.
something to go do,
Yep.
and we're going to go do it. But people don't realize that all these things play into.
Home life,
Yeah,
all
home
that,
life,
what you were saying. Yeah, it's just, I was thinking when you said that about like during '08 when everything got cut back and they're asking to do more with less, like when we pull the permits, now there's people gone and now this person's doing the job. Us three are doing the job because Andy got cut, so now we're having to pick up Andy's slack, and then do that, and now we're irritated for the same pay. But what you just said there, if it wasn't for the love of, helping the other human, all that stuff,
It's the same thing with the service.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I was saying,
Exactly.
right.
Because, that's why we do it, because
Right.
we serve,
Sure.
right?
Well, I remember when I was in and the pay freeze during that particular administration had a shutdown, and they told us that we weren't going to get paid.
Right.
And we all looked around, and I'll never forget my one squad leader. And I'm going to have to actually call him and tell him about this podcast because this is something he would love. He says, his name was Brian, and he says, well, Dan, they're just going to get more, get what they pay for.
Right. That sucks. It does suck, but it's the truth. Yeah.
And I said, we're still going on calls. He goes, yeah, we're still going on calls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, but I just got to say that.
And they don't get that.
Sometimes we just have wishful thoughts in our head, right?
They don't get that. Meaning, 100% what he was saying, but you're asking them to do this, and so now, that's just
But there's no
horrible.
shutdown when they need the military.
No.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. No, there's
Sure.
not. There's not. I mean, and that's just it. It's the same thing with
Any of them.
with law enforcement.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah.
know, and it's awful. It's absolutely infuriating to me as a citizen when I see tax bills that say this is a tax bill for police, fire, and then something completely unrelated to police or fire. You see government, and you're asking the government wants to collect taxes from everybody, but government also has an obligation. There's certain things we want out of government, right? Would you? I mean, would you say? I mean, we want our local government to provide us clean drinking water, right? We want them to be able to provide us, police,
Right.
fire,
Sure.
those basic necessities. I don't know. Those the whole life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness stuff. I heard that somewhere. It was written down.
Yeah.
I don't quite remember. Maybe it'll come to me later.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll let you know.
Yeah. Anyway, but people have to be able to enjoy their life. They have to be able to go
Live, yeah.
and they have to be able to do that, knowing that when they go to the park with their kids, that their kids aren't going to pick up a dirty needle.
Right.
They have to know that there's not going to be gangs. They have to know that the street lights aren't going to combust in the flames because of bad wiring. They have to know those things.
Right.
So the local government is responsible for those things. So you can't hang it over their head. Well, if you don't pass this tax bill, we're not going to have any police. No, that's your obligation
Right.
as a city government. That's why we give you taxes to do those things.
No,
not to sit there and threaten
Right.
your citizens.
yeah.
When they we're not you're not going to do it. Oh, well, we're just going to fire all the cops.
Right.
Really?
Fund the police.
Really? That's a great plan there.
They don't get that, and it's not funny by any means. But when
No,
you said-
it's not.
No, when you said that, and we are,
You're laughing in a pissed
I was
off kind of
getting that.
laughter,
Yeah, I can
right?
tell where you're going. But this whole defund the police and all that, that's a whole nother show. But it is. It's
If
threatening.
you watch these people who in some of these videos when they yell and when they're talking about defunding the police, but then they say, well, and then somebody decides to defend themselves
Right. Yeah.
against this, and they say the first thing they yell is somebody call the cops.
Cops, yeah. No, I know.
Wait a minute.
We've seen all them memes go around
Yeah.
like the same people that are squealing.
Things could
Yeah.
not possibly be any more backwards
It's upside- it's gross. It's
than
upside down,
we've
yeah.
ever seen it
Yeah.
ever in
Yeah.
life.
Like
right?
the dude in Kenosha with that whole deal, and then as soon as he gets in trouble, he's call the cops. But
Yeah.
we won't go.
Yeah.
So I want to flip the script and get on to building the beds. That's what this is about. I tear shit up. I want to hear about building something.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Right?
He's excited.
Yeah,
I
he's
seen,
something.
well, I know you had helped, right?
So
Yeah.
we'd like to tell our viewers
breath.
how we got connected.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
So,
I know, right? Let's
Decompress.
digress, right?
Cheers.
Cheers.
next time we're having alcohol.
I'm not saying that I didn't have a beer with dinner, but I'm not saying that I didn't either.
What are you saying?
No.
I'm saying this water is delicious.
Okay, go ahead. Beds, building beds. Let's build some beds.
So there's an organization, it's called Sleep in Heavenly Peace.
Right.
Right? And so I found out about that, and her name is Shauna, and I
Right.
can't think of her last name.
Horvath.
Horvath, yes. And I tried to connect with her over a couple different, probably a couple different years. I've been trying to connect with her, right? And we just haven't been able to connect up. And finally, I was having an event and said, oh, I want you to come put some information on our table. And they directed me to you. They said, you're our local hometown hero. You have to talk to Dan.
You're wearing a lot of hats, man.
And so,
I don't know if I've done
60 hours a week and defending the border.
oh, he's pretty amazing. I seen him on a
would say,
bed build site.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
don't know
pretty
about
impressive.
a lot of hats are amazing or anything like that, but
Yeah.
Come on.
I do try to help out and participate where I can. Now, and so by the time you and I connected, we were Let's Build Beds. There's a whole long story that goes into that, but we don't need to go into all
This
that.
is who we are now.
This is who we are. We're Let's Build Beds. And our mission is we provide beds to children ages 3 to 17 that don't have a bed of their own. Now, we don't go into financial aspects. We don't dig into people's lives. We feel that people who genuinely don't need a bed and they're going to call us and ask. And if they know, if they do, if they can provide for themselves, they're not going to want to take away from somebody who can't. So we that's something that we pray on, and we hope that people pray on it just like we did. And when we made that decision to say, you know what, we know that people are only going to call us if they need us, and they genuinely cannot. They need our assistance.
Sure.
So we're very excited about that, and so we've been delivering beds now, and our volunteers have been delivering beds now for a little bit over 2 years,
Okay.
and since actually it was October of 2018 when we started delivering beds, and we have now taken out over 1,500 beds into the community.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But break that down even more.
So.
Tell us what you do.
Where, yeah.
Where it all comes from.
Okay, so-
Going, what?
So we do about a 1 hour radius from Toledo. We go as far south as New Baltimore, Ohio. We go north to Erie, Temperance, Lambertville, Bedford, Michigan. We go out as far west as Wauseon, Ohio.
Wow.
And then we go as far east as the Sandusky County line.
Right.
So we're right on the line.
That's a
right
good
there.
radius, right.
Yeah, we have a pretty good radius now. And then what happens is, so currently right now we have about 800 children on our wait list.
Wow.
And that ebbs and flows. If we have a good month taking out beds, that'll go down. But a good month taking out beds means lots of pictures of kids, the word getting out about us, about the service that we provide, and then more people learn about us. And as more people learn about us, they spread the word to people who could use our service, and then they call us and let us know that their children are in need. So as soon as the list goes down, it goes right back up.
So as we sit here right now, you're telling me there's 800 on the waiting list
We currently have about 800 children on the
that
wait
need a
list
bed.
that need a bed.
So tell us the bed process. How does that
So,
happen? What do you do?
so the bed process is really unique, and it's a whole lot of fun. We make it fun because we talk to different community organizations like Little Blessings, and or churches or even businesses. Like we had a business just a week and a half ago, the Delventhal Company.
Yep.
They were absolutely amazing. They worked with all their partners to raise over $15,000.
Right.
And they wanted to make 60 beds. They got together with all their volunteers. They actually they allowed us to use one of their garage facilities that they cleared out for us. And then what we did, Mike Horvath, who is a partner in Let's Build Beds, he is an engineer for Dana, and he designs the assembly line process of how we make beds and the different tools that we use
Sure.
and everything else.
Makes a jig or some type
exactly,
of
a
fixture.
jig,
I like
exactly,
that stuff. Yeah.
exactly. And
build beds.
a lot of our volunteers have actually come up with some
Sure.
some jigs and as well. So the assembly line process gets set up. We have the companies bring in all their volunteers, and usually anywhere from 30 to 60 volunteers will work to come in and do the different things associated, whether it's using a chop saw, a drill press, tamping station, all those different things. And then we start to cut and assemble the different components: headboard, footboard, side rails, slats, and safety rails. And then once all those different components are out, we then load them up on a truck and we put them in our storage unit until the delivery teams. We have actually 7 and 8 delivery teams at right now, and they're on the north and south side of the city. We have 2 people that set up our deliveries, and we can take out anywhere from 15 to 25 beds on a Wednesday night.
Really?
Wednesday night is our typical
I was
delivery
gonna-
night.
Is that? So, do you live in Toledo?
I do.
And you commute, when you said that Detroit, somehow I just.
Yeah, I commute back and
I
forth.
gotcha.
Yeah.
So, well, that's awesome, really. So that,
So tell us about the mattresses, where they
yeah, I
come
was,
from.
yeah, that was
Yeah,
nice.
the mattresses. So I'd have to tell you, we were very fortunate to find Wolf Mattress Corporation.
They here in Toledo?
No, they're actually in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Okay.
Wolf Mattress Corporation is the oldest family-owned mattress company in the United States.
Sweet.
They are absolute godsend to us.
Right.
They provide our mattresses for us at a unbelievable cost, and and then we drive out to pick them up in Fort Wayne. We load them up in a trailer, and then we bring them back. And by the way,
great.
if there are any trailer companies that might be interested in sponsoring Let's Build Beds, please send me a message, because we are in great need of a
So when do you
another
go get the
enclosed trailer.
mattresses?
We go about once a month,
And how many do you pick up?
about 120.
120? And what
What
type
kind
of
of ma-
trailer? I'm sorry. What type of trailer do you use right now?
Right now, we have an enclosed trailer.
Sure.
But the thing is, the enclosed trailer that we currently use is the same trailer that we load up all of our tools
What
and
size is
supplies
that?
in. That one's a 12-foot enclosed trailer.
12 foot long?
Yeah, 12 foot.
And you put
12 feet
100
long.
in,
Well,
You
Mike
take that
has
stuff out?
we take all that stuff out,
Right.
and then Mike has a long bed pickup truck,
Uh-huh.
and then with a shell on it.
I gotcha.
Right, and so he loads them all in there, and then we load them all in the
and you're doing that currently with a 12-foot enclosed trailer. You're getting, and his truck, you're getting, which
Yeah.
is an 8-foot bed. It doesn't have to be made. And then puts in there, so you're getting 150 mattresses, twins.
120 twin size mattresses.
120. Okay.
Because one of the
I'm just
thing-
thinking about the trailer. That's why I was looking
Yeah.
at. And
But tell them what kind of mattresses they are.
So it's an inner spring mattress,
Right.
and what they do is they have this machine, and I got a video of it from Wolf Mattress Corporation. They compress it out, and then they roll it up, and
Right.
then they wrap it really tight
Sure.
in plastic. And Wolf does an amazing thing for us to help save us on our cost of getting mattress covers. They put them in double plastic.
Right.
So when we take the plastic off, there's another plastic sheeting inside there, so the mattress is protected
I gotcha.
from any stains or anything else when we put them in the
Moisture.
into the house. Right.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
and they leave that on there for moisture
Right,
save
well,
for
we
children or
actually
whatever.
tell the parents that we're going to leave them on there,
Okay.
just to help protect the mattress.
Absolutely, yeah.
Unless the parents specifically say no, don't
No,
do it.
no plastic, right.
Then we will. Then we'll tell the parents, and that most of them appreciate that we put that
And
cover on there.
that helps in shipping because they're all smushed down like that.
Right.
And then you get 120.
Yeah, we get 120
And you go
mattresses.
once a
We go
month,
once a month
and that supplies your needs right now.
for yeah,
But you
because
got 800 on the waiting list.
right. So we are, like I said, we take out anywhere from 15 to 25 mattresses a week.
Every week?
That's yeah, or I'm sorry, 15 to 25 beds a week.
Right.
And so between building and storing the beds, because that's
Right.
logistics, right?
Yeah, it
I
is.
mean,
I
it'd
can
be
see.
wonderful if we could make, 500 beds a month and then be able to store that many, but then we'd have to be able to deliver that many. So there's a lot of logistics involved, and this actually leads us into another thing about Let's Build Beds. Let's Build Beds is 100% volunteer. Nobody's getting a paycheck, so everybody is doing this out of their own generosity, their heart, their sweat. I mean, everything.
Right.
So we have to be able to store the beds and then get them out delivered. And so again, we can only keep so many beds on hand before we have to start building. So we have to find that balancing act of setting up building events, bed building events, and then we have the bed delivery events, and then we have to go back to the bed building events, because in the middle of all that we have to store them and then get them out of storage. So
And that's what you handle. You handle the coordination of all that, right?
no, actually we have Denise who handles the coordination of that. I handle I talk to businesses and companies, and I go out, like, for example,
You're the solicitor.
yes, I am the solicitor. I go in and try to get the close.
Yeah.
Close the deal.
Oh, close, yeah.
Get
You get
people
the
to
cold
say-
calls and,
Well, that,
No,
and sometimes when people learn about us, they're interested, but you're not really sure, and then when you tell them, well, there's a $4,000 donation involved, or there's if you want to, if they say, well, we want to make X number of beds, okay, well, that's going to be a $9,000 donation, because again, in the donation process, roughly to host a bed build, we try to make it so that there's at least 30 beds made in a bed building event, and each bed roughly costs $160, and currently it was $150, but currently with the price of lumber going up, our lumber costs have increased by about 20%, a little bit more than that. So it costs us $60 for lumber and hardware, $50 for a mattress, and $50 for bedding. And the bedding is sheets, a comforter set, blankets, and pillow. And that's what Little Blessings is having, their bed drive event that's happening this week. We want that. They've offered to do it, and so when we talked about it, that's what we're asking people to donate: brand new twin size bedding.
The sheets.
So that's what we're doing right now. So we are community partnering on that, right? And so Little Blessings wanted to participate in a build, but we just couldn't put it together this short in a year. But it'll definitely be something that we have on the agenda for next year.
I'm excited.
But we really are looking for twin size sheets and comforters and blankets, and you can drop them off 11 to 4 at 44 Samaria Road. That's Duke Farms, a corner of Samaria and Crab. Thursday through Saturday. So and I posted the video I got on your on your Facebook today, and I seen a video of the last little boy that got his bed.
Oh yeah, that was great, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I loved it when he crawled in the bed under the blankets, right? And so I posted that.
That's
and
the
so
money shot.
this is what it's about, is the kids. It's not about anything else, it's about kids. So you guys are building those beds, and we are just trying to be a community partner and try to help provide, blankets and bedding for
that's
those
one thing
kids.
I tell people all the time. We do it for the smiles.
Sure, that's gotta be.
Really, because it's just absolutely amazing when you see a child come around the corner and they're seeing their own bed for the first time, and they start jumping up and down, and they run over to the bed, and they literally dive into the bed, and they roll themselves in the blanket, and they cover themselves up. I mean, you're just like,
It's gotta,
this is why I do
I
this.
can already. I haven't even seen one. I can see it.
It's an amazing
You don't tell them
video.
they ain't allowed to jump on the bed.
Well,
I'm just kidding. They're jumping on. You got to tell them when you're over there.
Well,
They're
I
jumping
asked
on
him,
the
I said,
bed.
hey, do you, well, no, I said, you guys remember the song about the monkeys? No more monkeys jumping on the bed, Oh, well,
Give it to us.
the kids love it.
Let's hear it.
What?
No, I
No
just got
more
to
monkeys
jump on the bed
jumping on
and
the
you
bed.
dance.
One fell off and bumped his head.
Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said,
no more monkeys jumping on the bed.
No, never. I just don't jump on the bed. I jumped on the bed. No monkey.
Well, and that's just it. And so
Hardware.
we tell them, and so we're very fortunate. We talk about hardware.
Yeah.
So we really, yeah, right. I heard it.
Hardware list, like,
So we use lag bolts, some
Right.
washers.
Yep.
We also use regular like decking style screws.
Right.
To hold everything together. And we're very fortunate
that's
to
the, go ahead.
partnered with Mid States here locally that helps supply all that stuff.
Oh, I was gonna say
Yeah.
that, so you get that,
We get it.
Pro bono?
No, we don't know. We get it at a reduced cost. Well,
I gotcha.
yeah, I tell
Well, I'm messing
you,
with
I
you,
sat on the phone with them for quite a while.
Mid-States.
Negotiating with them
Right.
on that one.
well, who else have you
They're-
contacted on hardware?
Well, so we went back.
Goggles,
So,
Fastenal,
well, I did call quite a few people, and then and you know, a lot of the big thing at the time was volume. They said that we didn't do enough volume. And so, and this was at a time when we were still doing about we were still doing about 100 beds a month, and not quite, but we were close. We were about doing between 50 and 75, and so they were really concerned about volume. Well, Mid States, when we started talking with them some more, they said, you know what, we can do it for this price, which was significantly lower than us buying them retail.
yeah.
And so we're very appreciative, and they're
Sure.
located in Perrysburg.
Yep.
They just do a fantastic job for us, and
That's cool.
we're excited.
No, and when you
So-
said that, I just on the fastener side of it and the lag bolts, and I got a little experience in them, and that's the only reason I was asking is that per bed, like, hit me with how much?
So there's
is it
eight lag bolts,
Per bed.
and 8 washers.
Right.
And then, well, each side rail,
Mm-hmm.
there's a 1x2 strip that goes along the side, and there's seven screws that go in it, and then the way that the headboard and footboard go together, there's two screws on either side, on the front, inside and outside of it, and on the top and the bottom, and then there's another screw in the middle that helps hold everything together, and then same on the other side. So you're talking 5, 10, 20 screws that go in, and then
Them are like an inch and a half or
the 2-inch.
2 inch by 12,
Yeah.
no, 12 torques or whatever.
I don't remember.
But
that.
I gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then so there's on that, so there's 20 in the headboard and footboard, so that's 40, and then along the safety rail, on the there's 7 screws that hold the 1x2 strip that goes along the side rail to hold the slats in place.
Right.
So
I gotcha. So
Yeah,
basically
so-
8 washers and on the legs, and you got 800 beds, you're saying, or 800
Yep.
kids waiting. That's, I got you.
So if somebody
Just put 'em together.
wanted to have a bed build for you, explain to them what that looks like.
So there's the easiest way to have a bed build is you call us on Facebook at Let's Build Beds. You actually can send us a message at Let's Build Beds. They can email me at dan@letsbuild.org. I mean, we kept it really simple. Dan@letsbuild.org. I mean,
Right.
it doesn't get much simpler than that. You can send us a message to the private message on Let's Build Beds on our Facebook page, which again is Let's
Sure.
Build Beds, and then or letsbuildbeds.com. There is a contact us, and they can send us a message there.
Sure.
And tell us, hey, I'm interested in hosting a bed building event. We say, well, okay. The easiest way, if we say we want to make 30 beds. 30 beds is $160 a bed, so it's roughly a $4,600 donation. That's the easiest way. You make a $4,600 donation. That allows us to buy all the lumber, allows us to buy all the mattresses, allows us to buy all the bedding. And then you pick a date. We have the lumber delivered. We show up with all the tools. We will set up the entire assembly line process. Whoever is hosting the event, we suggest that they get coffee and donuts for the kind of like the for
Sure.
people showing up, because then we take them through a safety orientation. We talk about we show them the actual assembly line process. We'll take a couple pieces of wood, and we'll actually walk the pieces of wood through the assembly line process so everybody can see how everything goes. We'll answer any questions that are involved, and then tell the volunteers, hey, pick a spot. If you're interested in learning something, if you know how to do something, show somebody else how to do something. We very much want it to be if it's a company, we want them to have a company-wide engagement. It gives them an opportunity to have a team building.
I was just gonna say,
a
you
team
beat it to
building
it.
event.
I didn't want to interrupt you. Team building, yeah.
It allows them to have a
Have a dream,
team building
right.
event. A lot of companies are going to what they call VTO, volunteer time off. So it allows them to give back to their corporate goodwill by having their employees engage for 4 hours in a bed building event. Because typically, for example, with the Delventhal company, they built 60 beds in right around 4 hours. I mean, that was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Every single one of their volunteers did not stop moving. As soon as somebody got free, hey, can you help, can you show me where else I can fit in, or can I try this job, or can I try that job? Everybody was so eager. I mean, we just had an event at Bedford Alliance. They built quite a few beds. I think they built 80 in
Right.
about 5 hours. I mean, it's just an amazing thing
Well,
to see
it gets
everybody.
that, once you can just, I'm sure, just that whole feeling of the child rolling in the bed that we just, once
Yeah.
they see that, they know that where their efforts are going, and that
Right.
just has to spark them
And to know-
and creates, in Dalbenthal, they're a contracting company,
Yeah.
And to the flip side of things, so like when I went and shot that video of you that morning that we met, right?
That was at the Bed Blitz.
Yeah, and so it
What's
was
that?
crazy because it was,
What is
mean-
Bed Blitz?
Well, we'll go into it. Hold on. We gotta wait. Exciting. We're building up the tension here.
just all of the organization and how structured everything is, right? From the people.
That was organized.
Chaos.
We had some lady in the back of that van. Just
It was controlled chaos.
well, it looked organized and everything was in its place. And
What
yeah.
is it? Bed
So-
Blitz.
So what the Bed Blitz was,
was waiting on
and we're going to segue into something else that we're super excited to talk about.
All right.
I'll give you guys a sneak peek into where
wanna
we're
get to
going
Bed
for
Blitz
next week.
first.
The Bed Blitz. So Bed Blitz was, we had come up with that we wanted to give away 100 beds in one day. And because we wanted to get these beds out of the community. And we wanted the community engaged. And the thing is, when we had started putting some information out that we needed more volunteers, we needed more to help deliver beds, we had a massive influx of people who said, I want to deliver a bed, I want to help deliver a bed.
Yeah, that's gotta
And
be
so we were
important,
like,
too.
you know what? We need to have a way for all of these volunteers to become engaged all at once. And so Mike said, hey, we're going to do a Bed Blitz. We're going to give away
Bed Blitz.
100 beds in one day, and we're going to do it in just a few hours. I was like, yeah, sure. no problem.
Right on.
And in the meantime, me and Sean and everybody else, we're going to continue organizing all these other bed builds at the same time. Sure. We gotcha.
Yeah.
And so, so it was really interesting. We got a moving truck. We were very fortunate that it was just, it's one of those things that just happens by chance, right?
Sure.
So the real estate company that I purchased my home from, they have a moving truck that, as long as you owned your home and you had purchased from them, you can use the moving truck. So I called Remax Masters back up and I said, by chance that moving truck still available? And they were like, yeah, sure, you moving? Nope, not moving, but I could use that moving truck.
Right on.
And so I went over to Remax. They let us, Remax Masters, they let us take the moving truck, and we loaded that thing up with 105 beds. And then somebody else, I don't even know who it was. Somebody else loaded up all the mattresses. But all I know is when I showed up, when we came, I don't remember. At some point, all the mattresses just showed up. I was doing something else. I'm pretty sure. I was out getting the moving truck. That's what I was doing. So all the mattresses showed up, and then we got everything unloaded, and all of our delivery teams, all of our typical Wednesday delivery teams showed up. And then we paired in more volunteers, and then other volunteers had come out, and we had told them, look, if you want to participate in the Bed Blitz and you'd like to run your own team, you have to come out to a few bed deliveries so that you can see how to run a team
Sure.
in case something goes wrong. And I can't even tell you the number of people that came out to volunteer so that they could run their own teams.
Sure.
So they did that. So basically, at one point, we had, I think, 12 teams go out at one time, and it was basically 50 beds in the first delivery wave that went out, and we had oh my gosh, there was a motorcycle club. I want to say it's Kings of the Brotherhood, but I
Centurions
don't.
or-
No. Kings of the Brotherhood Motorcycle Club that came out, and they actually went with the. They rode their motorcycles.
Sure.
It was.
I'd have been a sight to see a bed strapped on the back of a Harley.
No, they actually basically escorted the
Sure.
the delivery teams, but then it was the guys from the motorcycle club, the Kings of Brotherhood, that unloaded the trucks and took
Yeah.
everything inside and started assembling the beds.
That's awesome. It reminds me of the story that Ramsey told, Financial Peace, about the bicycle man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then when they went on a big vacation, and then they give away bicycles, and the faces on the kids that were getting bicycles was outweighed this $70,000 vacation they went on.
Wow.
And it was, that's what I'm thinking about when giving away the beds and doing all that. That just all of it from the start to finish. I can just picture it, and that's freaking great.
It's
man.
really been a very
It's awesome.
rewarding.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I am. That's great.
It's been a really rewarding
You wouldn't
experience.
think kids don't have beds. You just wouldn't, I mean,
You would never think
I know,
about
the
that.
minute I heard of this organization,
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would never think that would happen, but it truly does, and it's very disheartening to see. And you see a lot of parents that
Right.
are out there doing the best they can.
Sure.
I mean, we had one parent, some parents that actually had taken a bench seat out of a van,
Right.
and they bolted wood slats to it, and then when their children were ready to go to sleep, they would open it up and they would make it up into a bed.
Sure.
We have a lot of children. We see a lot of children that are sleeping on sofas, or they'll sleep on a mattress with 2 or 3 other siblings.
Yeah.
That's on the floor, and and we're glad and we're very blessed and fortunate to be able to help children out of that situation.
Yeah.
And we've been very fortunate. We've had a couple incidents where social workers have contacted us, and they've had families that were moved out of an emergency domestic violence and abuse situation, and they had to put them in the safe housing, and we were able to get them beds.
Right.
As a result of the social workers getting involved. And
Now, what's the age on that? I'm sorry.
ages 3 to 17 for beds.
Okay, so the kid, 3 to 17 years old. Okay.
So is this went beyond your guys' wildest expectations?
Yeah, it really has. It's and as we've continued moving forward, we actually see almost no end to where we want to go with this, because we actually would like to create an educational program. Moving forward, we want to continue doing our bed building and bed delivery mission, because we know how important that is to make sure that children have beds, make sure that they have a good night's sleep, because there's so many things that are affected for a child. When they have a good night's sleep, children that have good night's sleep, they eat better.
Sure.
So childhood obesity goes down. When they're feeling better, their self-esteem is elevated, so they go to school feeling better. Their grades are better. There's so many different side effects to a child getting a good night's sleep.
Yep.
that you can't help but want to make sure that they have a nice place to sleep and a warm place to sleep
That's
at night.
amazing.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Yeah.
Still serving.
I try.
Okay, so let us in on this little secret.
Okay, all right. So
What's up? Now that I know what bed blitz is.
right? So we're going to take the bed blitz one step further. So we're going to be announcing really soon. We're partnering with the Delmenthal Company again, because they are. I actually have to call them tomorrow. I forgot to call them today. So they may not. I know they did offer.
Might be just a surprise.
I may have to call them real quick.
Right.
No, but we are going to have a bed building blitz. We want to see if we can build 200 beds in one day, going into the holiday season.
Oh, wow.
What we want to do is we want to be able to build as many beds as we can. So we're trying to crank up our donations and everything else, because we need to be able to pay for the lumber. We want to be able to build enough beds to fill up our storage areas filled with beds to carry us through the entire winter months. So we're talking through December through about March timeframe. So you're talking December, January, February, March, so 3 months, 4 months. And we want to, so we're going to need, and we give away anywhere from 60 to 100 beds a month. So if we're going to do that, we need to be able to build enough beds to carry us through the winter months, because our bed building events are typically outside. And during the wintertime, it's very difficult to have people outside building beds. The machinery's going to go down, things are going to break, people aren't going to want to be out in the cold. And fortunately, the Delventhal company has actually offered for us to use one of their workspaces. So we're very blessed and fortunate to have met the Delventhal. Jeff Saylor out there and his whole Delventhal group, Delventhal company family, along with his own family, we were very fortunate and blessed to meet them, because they have been, again, a blessing to us.
Yeah, they're very good people.
Yeah, no, we're super excited. So somehow we would like
I
to.
slid the blessings in there. That's a big blessing. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right. That's when Jamie had told me about meeting the Dalventhal company, and I've done work with them and known them since they started, actually, because a couple of the original owners split off from AA Bruce and formed the Dalventhal company and what have you. So small world.
Yes.
And I know this is something where veterans can fit into this piece so easily,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yes.
So many veterans, like today I put out an email, right? So we have a veteran brother who is serving overseas right now on his 4th or 5th time, right? And he does something amazing for the community. He always puts up these angel trees, right? And so people's name go on the tree and
Right.
you pick the gifts, right? And so since he's not home, he needs people to set up these trees, right? And so I'm working with his wife, and I told her that we would put up 2 of them. And so I put out an email today and said, hey, I need a couple people to help me decorate some trees. And bam, 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 bam. And so many veteran
Of
families
course.
reach out, right?
course.
Always, right? Always first there,
Vets
right?
never
Yeah,
take,
and
miss an
spouses
opportunity
and
to
their
serve.
kids, they're really like,
yeah.
well, we'll totally
Vet
do
families,
this. Yeah.
same, yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I just knew that this is such a great project. It is one of those that is instantly gratifying for them, right?
Yeah.
To be part of it. It is something you start and complete, which veterans love that, right?
Yes,
It's something that's
absolutely.
not dragging on, right?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we are so excited I'm so excited that I've met you and what the future holds
too.
for us, So let's
You
fill
just
that
gotta
box
see me
of
twerk.
Betty.
Yeah. Speaking of that,
Fill the box
you're
of
twerking here in a
Betty.
minute. No, I want to see you twerk. No, I want to get to work on some bed building.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, when I
well-
first had seen it
Yeah,
when you had participated a while ago, right?
I've not done anything with these guys.
Well, she did come out to the Bed Blitz, and we
And I put a video together,
put a
yeah.
video
Yeah,
together.
because I had seen that, and then I've seen your stuff on Facebook.
Yeah.
Throughout some sharing and stuff, but
Yeah.
We wanted to get a little video out to let everybody know what it kind of looks like.
Right.
And so what they were supplying the bedding for.
right.
So is what we wanted to be able to do.
Now you
There's
share
2x4. There's basically the structure of the bed, construction of the bed. Is
2x4s, 2x6s, and 1x4s.
Where's the 6? The headboard.
In the 2x6 is actually bit into the headboard and the footboard. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And I'm sure I'll see that on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
For things and all that.
Now, did you see the video that one of the Delventhal company partners put together?
I have not seen that
Oh,
yet.
I'll have to send it to you.
Okay.
I can't remember the company's name right at the top of my head, and I'm very sorry about that. But they put together a great video showing. They used a drone. They showed everybody building. They took
Oh,
some
wow.
pictures. Oh yeah, it was really
I'm
good
sure,
video.
yeah.
It was a really good video. I'll have to make sure I send it to you.
So I just want to tell you this little. So Jess Saylor, right? So I'm in this once a month group. It's called Truth It Works,
Okay.
right? And so what that is that CEOs and business owners of companies, right? And on a leadership format, we have somebody to talk to about different stuff, right? But it's all based on a spiritual level.
Okay.
So we talk personal, business, and spiritual. And we talk about anything within these meetings, right? And so they last 4 hours, once a month. And they're incredible, right? And so normally I'm in every Wednesday meeting, right? But I couldn't make this meeting, so I did a Zoom call in on a Tuesday meeting. And Jess was in this meeting.
Oh wow. Okay.
Now, I didn't even see his face in the Zoom call because he was sitting off to the side, right? But Jess is doing some amazing things for Little Blessings, right?
Oh, wow.
And so he is totally, he has sent an amazing woman, Denise, to come help us write some grants, right? And he has just been a blessing, and that was the first time that I met this man, right? And then when I found out that the connection there,
Right,
right? I was
exactly.
like, what? So, yeah, this man who, I've only seen his voice, right? And I messaged him today because I want to give them a nice, him and his family, a tour of the farm, right? And so I said, hey, can you come out on Saturday? Because it's going to be warm, and he's going out of town. But,
You been to the farm?
I have, and I was absolutely just blown away by everything that was out there and everything that's being put out there. I mean, I saw the meditation, I saw the hot tubs. That was really great. The community gardens that you have out there, and of course, and I actually said, maybe I should rethink my thoughts on horses.
yeah, it's a pretty amazing space.
You know,
Is there
the horses.
anything else that you want to tell us?
I had a friend who had a horse farm, and that was, yeah.
You had a bad
It
experience
was
with
just
something?
different, yeah.
It was like Fort Hood.
Wasn't that funny, Don?
It was very funny.
Oh, I guess I didn't get to Paul Harvey. But we'll have, you'll have to revisit that with
Yeah,
the
so
farm.
I think I actually had mentioned that to a few people that I think I wanted to go out there
Revisit it?
and revisit it.
Well, we are having our Veterans Friendsgiving, so
I did see that.
on November 8th, that's this Sunday.
Yeah, we want to build.
Okay.
Yeah, we're actually going to Jenison, Ohio,
Oh, okay.
which is about 20 minutes south of Findlay.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, we're going to be going out quite a ways.
Yeah.
But again, a church got found out about us, and they wanted to have an opportunity to help their community, and this is how
Right.
Julie at Emmanuel Baptist, sister,
Yeah.
you hear me?
Yeah,
does.
so
She
big
will.
thing, any last minute things you asked, I got to tell you, our Facebook events page, sometimes we're slow to putting things on there, but there's going to be a lot of stuff coming up. November 28th, Jeff, oh my goodness, I'm going to draw a blank, but it's Jeff, the Man Cave. He's got a radio show called The Man Cave. He and the Palatinos, which is a local Toledo band, are hosting a benefit for Let's Build Beds. It's going to be the Palatinos are going to do 3 sets of music for everybody to come out to enjoy. There's going to be some light hors d'oeuvres. If you guys missed the video today on the Let's Build Beds page, you guys got a chance to meet Jessica. If you go on there, Jessica is our fundraising coordinator. She is going to be out talking to people, soliciting businesses who want to donate baskets for the silent auction. There's going to be 50-50s going on out there. A lot of different stuff going on. Again, like I said, pay attention to our events tab. We have our build that's going on this Sunday. And then on the following Friday, I think that's the 13th. The 13th, there's going to be a bed build event hosted in the Spring Meadows area. They're actually asking for volunteers to come out and participate in that.
Okay.
That's actually being put on by the Chamber of Commerce and one other organization. I can't quite remember. Again, all that information is on the Let's Build Beds events tab.
And we'll be sure to share it.
Yeah,
Sure,
please.
sure. All
Yeah,
that stuff
and
and
as
everything.
those different things come up, I'll send them to you guys.
Yes.
I always post them on there. I try to, because we've had so much activity, I try to do like a beginning of the week, hey, this is what we have going on this week, and then at the end of the week, wow, that was a busy week, here's the recap. Just so that everybody can stay informed. And of course, in the middle of the week, if I'm able to get out on a bed delivery, and there's kids that want to be part of a video.
You got all them,
Yeah.
all kinds of video on
Oh,
your
yeah.
Facebook page.
Oh, yeah.
Those
We
kids
have
and
lots
the
of-
deliveries and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I
the
can't- I'm
delivery
gonna
teams,
definitely look at them.
there's so much. There's so much content. And then every Thursday, so pay attention to our Let's Build Beds page tomorrow, is when everyone gets to see the smiles.
Smile.
Oh, yeah, I love it. Yes, I love it.
Monsters Inc. Oh, that screams. That's the screams of
That
Monsters.
screams, not smiles, honey.
Yeah, sorry.
I know. Sometimes I don't know
Squirrel.
why I
It's the
have it.
opposite. It's,
You're
what is
cute.
that?
Just stop talking.
What is that?
Okay, don't try to think
Hey,
of it. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Let's dash.
You know what? You just keep poking. I'm gonna keep coming up with stuff. Oh, and one more thing. No, I mean I will.
Thank you so much for coming on here. I'm so happy that I had a chance to meet you.
I'm so glad that I was able to come out and participate with you guys today. I mean, this was a lot of fun. I really didn't know what to expect. I've never done anything like this.
Yeah, we kind of make it super chill. So
Yeah.
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 I mean,
We
and
wing it.
this show is really to be able to reach the veterans who
Yeah.
are sitting at home isolating, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And so that's the reason why we do this, right? Or family members, so we can reach them and say, hey, we're a service here to help you, right?
Okay,
You're
yeah.
not alone. And then we also provide resources or, share what you were a veteran and what you're doing now and how we can work together as organizations to help each
Yeah.
other and
Yeah, but
veterans can get involved.
Who better to help with veteran organizations and veterans, and we all link up and make it
Yeah,
happen.
let's build beds.
Let's build beds. That's
Get on
right.
the bed blitz.
And I didn't thank Andy, my producer, at the beginning, but I will thank him. Thank you
Give
so
him a
much,
shout out,
Andy.
I
Andy.
just thought you liked to do the show because you like me so much.
Yes, I love Andy so much.
Yeah.
He's like one of my brothers too. So, good night, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next Wednesday.
Let's build beds.